3. My teacher at school, he told our class that he told us that God knocks on the door of your heart and he waits for you to open up and let him in. And my whole life, I'd heard about God and I'd heard Christian stories and about the Bible, going to a Christian school, but he kind of made it really real, and he talks about having a real relationship with Jesus, and he shared the gospel with us and told us what Jesus did for us and how we have all sinned and how we needed forgiveness. And I just remember as a 9-year-old girl, I went home that night and I just lied down on my bed and I couldn't sleep. I just kept thinking, what he had been saying about God, and I started crying on my bed because I just knew that if I were to die that night, that I wouldn't go to heaven because I didn't have God as my best friend. I didn't have him as Lord in my life. And it was right then and there that I ended up, I prayed to God and I said, God, I need you to forgive me, and I want you to be my best friend. Since then, I guess I started calling myself a Christian, but I didn't want to tell anybody because I was embarrassed, I guess, as a 9-year-old. I just didn't know, and yeah, so I just kept it a secret. I was like a secret Christian, and I prayed when I needed stuff, and when I needed God's help, I would pray, and sometimes I guess I'd read my Bible a little bit, but yeah, that was kind of it. It wasn't until I was in year 10 and my friend from school, Talia, she invited me to youth group, and I was like, oh, I don't really want to go, I think it's going to be really boring, and yeah, but I ended up going. She asked me a couple of times, and I remember walking into that place as a 16-year-old girl, and I walked in there and I was like, wow, these people are really in love with God. These people are really passionate, and there's something in their lives that I want in my life. And that night I decided that I was really going to have a relationship with Jesus and really commit to becoming a Christian and try to live right. That year, my family was going through some hard times. My parents separated, but we're still living in the same house, so home life was really hard, and it was just because I became a Christian, it didn't make everything stop, it didn't make everything go away. It was still really hard, and I just remember I went through this season where I would be so happy at school, and I'll put on this mask at school, and it would be, so fine and happy and popular and great and lots of friends, and then I would get home and I would just cry myself to sleep. I just would put on a mask every day, and then but inside it was like this darkness, and I was just so down all the time. And it was during that season that after talking to some Christians and building some really good relationships, that I actually began to really start praying and really start reading my Bible, and I ended up writing scriptures all over my wall, and I'd read them out loud and just speak out God's promises, because it's like when everything else was falling apart, he was the only thing that was stable, and I grew in that, and it's probably been about 8 years now since that day, since I was 16, and it's been a journey, but it kind of brought me to Teen Ranch, where I am now. I really love kids and I love God, and I guess because God has done so much in my life, I just want to be able to share that with other people in a really fun and awesome environment. Yeah, I just wanted to do something, I guess, that that I could really use the gifts that God has given me, just to tell people about Him.